There. All right. When I click on classic live streaming, it actually does not tell me that people are watching or anybody's on. As of right now, YouTube says nobody's watching, nobody's chatting. Great. There's lots of hellos. Hey guys, what's up to every single one of you? Ray, UCLEA, Mighty, Vamika, Brad, and I'm sorry, I'm butchering these names. Pradeep, Diwali, Quantum LARP, Drew Callandon, Gibbsy, Just Have It Gaming. Man, this is going by crazy fast. Neo Geographer, Anthony, Smoochy Boochies Media, Vinny Gaming, Brian Goyak, James Lawrence, Quick Mods, It's Plum, Just Have It Gaming, Gibbeezy, Drew Clemenden. Okay, we're back to Quantum LARP Bot. My nephew's into LARP, so that's the start. Dude, you're in Cleveland! Yeah! I guess I can't say my Cleveland quote today right now. Where are the quarters? Let me see if I have any quarters on my desk. I don't think I do. I have a little daughter that's over here playing Minecraft in the corner. I'm popular and everybody wants to be like me. I think this is the only quarter I have, and it's a 1998. Can you see it? Probably doesn't matter. Yeah, I can't believe how much the channel's blowing up. It doesn't make any sense to me. I was on somebody's Instagram live stream just 5 minutes before I walked in the door, and the guy, he owns some laundromats. He owns a bunch of rentals. He owns a high rise in like New Jersey. He's like, is this really investment, Joy? The laundromat guy that I watch all his videos. I'm like, this guy's worth $25 million, and he's watching my videos. I don't think so, Stinky. I'm sure they're delusional on that. Get that arcade up and running. I am planning on putting at least a couple arcade machines in there. Cleveland, your dad's from Columbus. You're from Cleveland. Saw your videos. Love my channel. Thank you. I appreciate it. We've got another video. I guess part of the reason I wanted to get on is 6 o'clock. Hey, Young Orange. Cool. How cold is it today? It was so cold, I was freezing. I've got 3 shirts on. I've got my jacket on. I met, oh, cool, Cody, you're local. Meet Kevin came in. If you're following me on Instagram, Meet Kevin came to town, and we did a bunch of videos and stuff together, and Meet Kevin, I think, may die before he makes it back to LA. Bulk machines, I'm going to get some bulk candy out. I'd like a quad head or like an 8 head. And put it at the laundromat. I should do vending machine business. I plan on doing that. It's just I am so busy right now with the trailer park. Opening a laundromat, if you're renting the space, it depends on your rental price. Pittsburgh checking in. Hello, Brandon. You love my guitars. My guitars love you, Drake. Invest in AMD. I don't like individual stocks too much. It was so cold that Bernie Sanders had his hands in his own pocket. That's funny. Although I will caveat, let's keep the political banter to a minimum. I don't want to alienate too many people. How's a quarter pusher legal? Is it like gambling? The state of Ohio says it's if a skill game and is winnable, it's considered a skill game and therefore legal. I can make money. I can play my quarter pusher a lot of the time, and I can get money out of it if I want to. Could I talk about how I reach out to investors? Now, here's a caveat, guys. I'm going to type it in. There's my Instagram, and I'm going to do a link to my Discord if you guys are on Discord. We've been having some really great late night conversations on Discord. I do want to do a car wash. I've got one identified. Now my thing's over my face. But if you need to get directly with me, if you have to get a hold of me, oh, Ben's getting banned. Or no, I'm going to put him in timeout for saying mean things. I plan on doing car wash, full-time employees. I use mostly contractors at this point. What's a recession-ready buy for a 16-year-old? Vending, I think, is real easy to get into, but a good work ethic and learning to start your own business, learn to market, things like that, that's really something you should be concentrating on as you're young. I really wish I would have done it when I was 16. My brother and I ran a paintball business when we were 14 years old. If I would have had basic marketing, basic accounting, stuff like that, if I would have understood it, I probably would have had $1 million business, but I didn't. We were selling equipment. We were buying equipment wholesale, selling it on eBay, and I didn't understand that that I should look at what was making money and that I should invest in that, and we didn't. We started getting in custom work, which made no money. We were selling on eBay, which was making tons of money, and we didn't do it right. It wasn't drop shipping. We had a relationship with the manufacturer. They were mailing it to my house, and I ended up with these boxes that were 6 feet long, dropped off in the middle of nowhere in the country, and we were making great money off of it. We were almost doubling every penny we invested, and we were 14, 15 years old. We had no clue what we were doing. Solo 401k, you can do that. Brandon, you remember I had less than 1K subs? I can't believe I blew up. It blows my mind. Do I like Elmo and all the guys from Sesame Street? My brother and I watched it as a kid growing up all the time. Dump truck business. I almost bought a sewage servicing company 2 years ago, almost at the time of the laundromat deal, and it would have been a very good investment. It could have been a better investment than the laundromat, but I don't think you guys would want to watch me empty sewage tanks. I don't think you would. Oh, I'm on top chat again. Shoot. What should you do to earn some money at 15? Look at mowing yards, look at moving trash. Anything where there's a manual labor job you can negotiate a good rate on, like 15, 20, 25 bucks an hour. When do I expect ROI on the laundromat? For my opinion, it's profitable already simply because the expenses that we put into it were capital expenditures. Those were long-term things. We've already paid back the repairs, everything like that. An apprenticeship, you're serious, get a hold of me on Instagram. I want to figure out what's it going to look like in the future for my channel that I can truly help you guys out. Especially those of you that grew up like me, that you're poor, you're struggling, you don't know anybody that's rich. And I want to be your rich friend. If there's a way that we can figure out to do it so everybody gets a connection, everybody feels like you're being encouraged, because that was like really the life-changing event for me. You know, I got into real estate when I was 21. I sat 2 or 3 doors down from a former executive, a CEO of an oil company. And the things that he told me in life were just blowing my mind. Every day I talked to him, he had some sort of amazing story. And I know that for a lot of people, especially your 14, 15, 16-year-old, you don't know anybody that's rich. I didn't know anybody that was actually wealthy or rich, that didn't live paycheck to paycheck, declaring bankruptcy every 5 years when you could get away with it. I didn't know anybody like that until I was 21, until I got in real estate and I started meeting these rich people. And then I was like, the world's full of these rich people that are nice and they help you. But until you can find those kinds of people in your life, it's a struggle. But the nice thing is, with the internet, with cell phones, you can develop those connections to extremely wealthy people. I was talking to a guy, I kid you not, on the way here to my office in my car. My daughter's right over here. You want to come over here and say hi? She doesn't really care. You want to just wave at the camera? Okay, you can go sit back down and play Minecraft. She's not really interested in this stuff. But my daughter was sitting in the car, and I was talking to a guy worth $25 million on my phone. And it's just really, really weird. There's no magic do-over. Be careful. This would have been pre-Bush on the bankruptcy, where you could churn bankruptcies essentially over and over again. Hey, CB, you're 14, have a job. People who spend what they make, that's for sure. You've got to be able to save money. I'm not going to say that debt is the key, but here's the thing. You can talk somebody into giving you anything you want in life. I don't really care what it is. It could be vending machines. It could be a car. It could be a business. We just did I'm trying to think. I talked about my buddy Sean's flower. My buddy's flower shop that he bought, and it was given to him. Yes, he makes monthly payments of like $500 a month, but he had zero money in buying a flower shop that brings in net, meaning after all expenses, maybe $55,000 a year. That's a nice paying job around here, $55K. Debt service, the payments he makes to the former owner are going to be $6,000 a year. So it clears $49,000, and he put his wife in there for her to have a nice full-time job at a flower store. She's always wanted to have a flower store. So can you imagine doing a business startup or a business idea that you've always wanted to, and 100% of that thing, 100% of that business is paid for by somebody else? Not because, and you can negotiate that. It doesn't matter if you're poor, you had a hard life. It doesn't matter the color of your skin. I don't know if it's going to make the cut with Meet Kevin, but I told him the story of this poor kid from Cincinnati. He went and started a business training course in real estate. Went home and did the course in the morning, and by nighttime he had a check for either $8,000 or $10,000 because he had learned some skill that he had never heard of before in his life. He always thought that he was going to be a failure. And then some lady down in Cincinnati said, you can make it. You have the keys to success if you're willing to learn. And I'm not saying that you can do anything like that in 24 hours and you can make $1 million in 24 hours. It usually takes a lot of time. Once in a while, there's these wonderful success stories. I am not one of those wonderful success stories. It's taken me 13 years to get to this point. What business would older teens look into? I'm a fan of mowing yards, power washing, cutting yards, anything that's easy to do, minimal skill, and you can advertise like on Facebook or on Craigslist. There's a lot of rich older people in your community that are willing to pay you $20 an hour. If you answered my question before, did I have financial schooling before I started all this? Absolutely nothing. It's all stuff I've learned on YouTube, on the internet, and some mentorship from local individuals who are wealthy. Am I in a band? No, I'm not. I was in a band. I don't have hair. I'm hoping that someday I'll be like Elon Musk and my hair will regrow itself on the top out of sheer respect. If you go back and you look at how much hair Elon Musk had when he was in his early 30s like me, and he had a little more hair than this, but not really. But now he's 10 years, 15 years older, and his hair has completely regrown out of respect. What genre do I play? I like metal and hard rock and old school stuff like that. What I used to do before real estate, I worked in the Gap warehouse in Groveport, Ohio, packaging boxes, kind of like an Amazon fulfillment center would be today, but this was back in between 2003 and 2006. Elon Musk used magnetics. I think maybe he had Tesla autopilot regrow his hair. Who knows? Have I ever met a rich, greedy person in my life? I am going to do a couple videos on rich, greedy people in the near future. We are going to do a video series on the richest and the poorest person that I have met. And you guys, I think, are going to be kind of impressed by the car the richest person showed up in and the poorest person showed up in. Single best vending item, if we include soda, it's going to be Mountain Dew. That's a huge seller. Yeah, Amazon is really big on production like they were back at the Gap. We had this thing called UPH, which was your units processed per hour. And the pick floor that I was at, it was 100 units per hour. And I really didn't have a hard time reaching that. A lot of people I know had a hard time doing it. Your dad sold 3 small plots to the Chinese government for $6 million. You're waiting for him to die now. I've got a guy that's waiting for his friend of mine who's Malaysian. He's waiting for his dad to die now, and it's a $23 million estate in Australia. Real estate where you are is less than California. How would I approach it differently? It depends. Airbnb, I think, is a viable strategy in almost every municipality in the United States, along with house hacking. Use an FHA loan with 3.5% down, house hack, rent one unit yourself or even part of one unit. Like buy a quadplex, a 4-unit. Let's say each unit has 2 bedrooms in it. What you could do is rent out 1 bedroom and 1 apartment to somebody else. You live in the other bedroom, and then you rent out 3 units. I know that does not sound fun at all, but it's a potential way to make some big money. Yes, Chinese people do live forever. How to start a business in general. What's step 1? I'm big on finding some need, not a want, but a need to fulfill in your area. Some areas need more daycare. Some areas need more vending machines. Some areas need dog groomers, dog walkers. Some areas need people selling coins. It's hard for me to tell you guys what it is in your area. In my area, we need a bunch of different things. I am glad, Joey Z2K, that you love my videos. I'm very happy that you guys are getting some value out of them. Worst investment I've made, there's 2. I tried to flip a house in 2014, 2015. I lost $25,000 on that flip. The other one was I gave a guy to flip data, specifically consumer data, and I lost, I think, $60K. Private lending, I don't have a good method to tell you guys how to find a rich investor. The easiest way is to get houses with no money out of pocket is to call people that own rentals. They can't manage them. Ask them if they will finance them. What's needed in Cincinnati? Any kind of labor that you could think of. Trash hauling. I kid you not. You find somebody that can work for 10 to 15 bucks an hour under you. You work with that person. You make $500 a day. Investing. Yes, I've spent 2 days now with Meet Kevin. It's crazy. He flew from LA out here. How much Bitcoin did I buy in 2009? I didn't buy any Bitcoin in '09. Everything I got in '09 was from Bitcoin Faucets, where you would just go in, you would copy, you would paste your wallet link, and they would send you free Bitcoin. I got 5 or 6 Bitcoin that way. Investing as a beginner, once again, it's about filling a need in your area. The one thing is, though, with that, I would say you guys need to consider just buying ETFs like Vanguard funds, mutual funds, essentially, that follow the S&P 500. It's hard to lose on those. Yeah, you're going to miss out on the fun like Tesla, but to be honest with you, if I would have only bought S&P 500 stocks from day one and done nothing else, it's like the basic Dave Ramsey strategy that everybody says is no fun, I would have made more money on that than I did buying all my Tesla stock at 125. I went almost all in on my Tesla stock in 2013. Almost my entire IRA was in Tesla stock at 125. I sold it at 375 per share. I still would have beat that number if I would have only done S&P 500 from day one, start when I really got into my IRAs and 401ks back in '09. If I would have done that, I still would have made more money. What did I sell my Bitcoin at? I sold Bitcoin at 80, 100. I sold it some at 1,000. I sold some at 2,800, and then I sold some at 18,000. That's not the answer you wanted, is it? I sold it all over the place, but I sold more Bitcoin at the lower price. Handled tax on the laundromat when people pay with quarters. I report everything to the IRS. There is no reason to lie and underreport earnings, because when it comes time to sell your laundromat, all that unreported income is going to kill you. And there's so many great ways to depreciate and write off expenses. You are not going to run your laundromat tax-free. You're going to pay some money at your laundromat for taxes. It's unavoidable. I'm sorry. That's just how it is. All my wonderful libertarian friends that say, screw the Fed, taxation's theft. All my friends with that mindset will hate my statement on that. You're going to pay some taxes. I'm sorry, guys. You're going to pay taxes. But they're not going to be too bad. Invest in hair. But see, here's the thing, Zepru. I could buy implants for my head at this point, but I'm still going to be ugly. So what's the point? I could buy implants for $20K. I'll still have the same face. Yeah, I could get liposuction and all that crap, but it'll still be ugly. So, Did I see a tax decrease after the 2016 election? Yes, I did. The Trump tax plan very much benefited me, and what I did was I set up I gave my tenants a actual rent reduction. We started up this fund with I've got it's called a good tenant fund, a good tenant reward. If they pay their rent on time, they keep their house clean and stuff like that, they get a check at the end of the year. Shave my head. I should. You're absolutely right. I could be bald and ugly. But my wife says she does not like the idea of me being bald. And I told her once I get 250K subs, my hair's gone. So, any tips from the UK for an investor? You're still going to have access to those ETF type funds, mutual funds, things like that. So, did I buy the car wash? Not yet. Use YouTube money through a contest. I might do that. We are going to donate money to Team Trees. I know half of my subs are excited. Brandon's going to do a quarter collection next Monday, and we're going to donate all the money to Team Trees. But the thing is, I mean, it's going to be decent money. Half of my subs are mad at me. Half of my subs are not happy with me, but we're going to do it anyway. So we're going to have a fun quarter collection next Monday at 11 o'clock. So, overhead for the car wash, I don't know. You would like to spend a day with me to learn? I would love to set up an event if you're in Central Ohio to spend a couple days with me. How much do I net monthly from YouTube? That'll be 2 weeks from now when I get my first YouTube check. I've been monetized only since like October the 1st. Yeah, you could rob the laundromat. I mean, you guys could go to my laundromat, put quarters in all the machines, and donate to Team Trees. Which video went viral, resulted in the channel growth? I have one video to like 2.4 mil, which is I finally opened up a laundromat, and then another video that's at like 1.4 mil, and it's how much money does the laundromat make? Yeah, I personally like the laundromat, the real estate videos more than the laundromat videos, but my parents didn't raise a complete idiot, so I'm going to make laundromat videos till the day I die. So, a bowling alley, not a car wash. I will tell you now, I would love to buy a bowling alley. I looked at the books at a local one. It just did not make sense. They were losing $65K a year and needed $200 to $250K in renovations, which made it non-profitable. They actually had to tear it down. It's 4 miles from my office that way, and it's storage lockers now. So I will do a video telling you guys exactly how much the YouTube money is on that 2.4 mil video in 2 weeks. I'm glad I've inspired you to invest. That's the goal. I don't care about the quarter collections. I don't care. I mean, the real estate stuff's fun because I like talking about history, but all I really care about is that you guys develop a passion to invest and realize that you are the master of your own destiny. You can come out of poverty. You can do great things in your life, but it takes effort. It takes a crap ton of work. I'm at year 13. And now I have people coming to me asking me to buy guitars for $50 a piece because they need money. So net worth is between 1 and 5 million. I'm going to post my Discord link again, guys. We're going to do I've got an FAQ that's going to be loaded on the Discord here soon, and it's going to talk about how much money I make, my my net worth, which I actually don't know the answer to the net worth question. How many rentals I have, all that kind of things. So, yes, Raymond Flores' comments hided. Yes, as a minority, you should flip houses. You should be a millionaire. You should go to the community you were raised in. You should help every single human being there. How much to smash guitar like The Who? I mean, if one of you guys would super chat me for like $200, I would smash that Blue Jackson right now. Can you meet up? You live in Galloway. I would love to do, let's hang out and look at rental properties in Columbus, like Columbus Metro. How much... Would I say rentals are worth it? Absolutely. I love rentals. How do I make a sound decision when investing? It's going to be based on your experience. I still make mistakes. We're going to go to one of my warehouses at some point, and you guys are going to see the warehouse a storefront that I've owned that's still not done yet. I mean, if one person wants to do, don't super chat me and then give me like 20 people. I've got to be out of here in 36 minutes. I'm going to cook lunch for a bunch of people. I am very anti-drug. I am against marijuana. I don't like it, but I think it should be legal. So sorry, guys. Johnson, I will send you my Cash App, and you can buy that Jackson. It only has one pickup. My nephew owned this. It is a Indian Jackson, so I'm not much of a big fan of these. And it's missing the rear pickup. I mean, it plays. It's okay. But yeah, Springfield's a wonderful town. What's my biggest concern with a rental? It's just, will it make money? It's a long story. Will I play Freebird? I have to warm the amp up. It's a tube amp. I mean, yeah, just message me on Instagram if you want to buy it for $200. This guitar is not worth $200. I paid $50 for it. Can you borrow $100? I will not give a single human being that asks me for money on my YouTube channel or on Instagram. Please do not beg me for money, because I have beg stories where people have begged me into things, and every single one has ended up terrible. I'm going to do a YouTube video on what happened when I started donating cars to people, because I have given 6 cars away in the past, 4 years, and 2 of those donations were awful. One almost killed people. I mean, he wasn't ready for a car, and I had no clue that I should not give that person a car. I thought I should give this guy a car so he can get back and forth to work, and he almost killed people with it. He almost killed himself with it. So, what kind of cars did I donate? A E250 Ford van with a straight 6 in it. A Nissan Xterra. The nice one that I'm still very PO was one of the really great rock crawler Toyota 4Runners. Was that 2 or 3 generations ago with a it had a 3 or 4 inch lift on it. It was awesome, and that's the one that almost killed people. Almost killed a bunch of kids. So, will I shout Dion's vlogs out? I don't know. Yeah. And see, the thing is, it's not that I want to be that kind of person that says I'm not going to give anybody money, because I do give people money. The thing that I'm finding out in life is something just fell in my office. The thing that I'm finding out in life is, rather than people come to me asking for money, I need to go out and find those people that need help. And that's really what I want to do. I want to be able to find people that truly need help and put a bunch of strings on the help and say, hey, I'm going to give you this car, but you're going to have to, this is a dream of mine. I'm going to give you a car, but you're going to have to go out and work every freaking day, or I'm going to GPS deactivate it, and then I'm going to send a tow truck and take it. And I'm going to be like a really bad driving instructor, or a Marine Corps instructor. Ghost stories, I've got a couple ghost stories. I need to put one on the probably my Facebook group. My buddy Sean caught something weird on his Wise Cam. Indianapolis market's wonderful. Hiring someone from the laundromat. I don't feel appropriate. I don't feel comfortable with it yet. I've got a long-term thing of that. Heck of a lot of tongue. It could be. Those people, the shelter, I've helped them. I've got tons of horror stories about helping people at the homeless shelter. I care about the homeless so bad. I would love to give every single one of them a house. I've given a lot of free housing away. At the end of the year, I'm going to total up how much free housing I've given away this year, and it'll make you all sick. Because it makes me sick. Because like 10% of the people that I give free housing to, they truly need it. The 90% is terrible. And the problem there is I need to figure out, how on earth do I figure out that 10% and make that the 90%? And it makes me sick. Danny D'Angelo is a really nice guy. He and I text every other day. He's got a very interesting course. I think the DVD's at my house. I have not watched it yet. He does the DVD thing. I don't like DVDs very much at all, but I promised him I would watch it. I did get it off. I did order it off of him. He's a really cool guy, and he is a hustler. And I say hustler in a good light, not a bad light. Do I do housing assistance like Section 8? I am one of the largest independent Section 8 landlords in my area. Medicine business and purchase new companies. I don't have that much money. You prickle your mind down. I don't know what that means, James, but you can, if any of you have in-depth real estate questions that you feel have not been answered on this this live stream, just go ahead and follow me on Instagram. Send me a message. I still respond to all my stuff on Instagram. I am not above I'm not opposed to messaging people back. Please don't spam the live chat with your YouTube channel, because I will shout you out like once, and if you miss the shout out, I'm not going to do it again. So, I like crypto to a point. I'm not going to tell you to not buy cryptos like Bitcoins. I'm not even opposed to alts like Litecoin and Ethereum, stuff like that. But please don't spend all your money. Lonzo's Loot, there's your shout out. You're from South Africa. South Africa is a really cool country. Interest rates are 9%. If you looked about 8 months, something like cash flow. I don't know about international markets. I am sorry, guys. I get questions from people in like the UK all the time, in Asia. I don't know what to tell you guys, because real estate's very dependent on what your local laws are, and I don't know what your legal structure is. Fast food franchise, it'd be cool. Where do you make money from nothing? You start it by learning, just working, finding needs in your area and filling them. It might be cleaning houses, it could be power washing, it could be cleaning up people's yards, it could be anything like that. Real estate journey, I started off as a real estate agent, and then I got around some really neat people who were making tons of money, but they weren't real estate agents. They were property investors. They were mostly landlords, or they had held a property for some years. So that's cool. ETF's a great way to put some money into the market. It'll get a reasonable return, and it's very low risk in my opinion. So you have 50K. What do you invest in? Just an ETF, something from Vanguard, like an S&P 500. So don't touch that. Your program's coming on. Ever consider buying a gym? I've got a friend. He's my I've talked about him in my chats before. He's Brandon's token black friend, and I would love to do a series on him starting a gym. He's one of the nicest human beings you'll ever meet. I want to do a series with him because he came from. He's got a almost rags to riches story too. He's 44 years old. He's my personal trainer. I know it doesn't look like I have a personal trainer, but I have a personal trainer. He's trying to start a gym, and I would really like to do a series on him because he's just cool. Vanguard over Fidelity. You can't go wrong, really, with Vanguard or Fidelity. I'm trying to think. I talked to Meet Kevin, and he says I need to be spamming my Robinhood link because he's got... Meet Kevin has done great with Robinhood. Any contacts in Northwest Ohio? I've got a few. Uh-oh, somebody spamming the chat, and they're going to get a ban. Oh, sorry. You're banned. Your YouTube channel is about hot dog vending. Hot dog vending with Dan. That's cool. Hot dogging with Dan. Marketing person here. My text overlay should be driving people to my Instagram account. You're right. Probably should. We're going to fix this the hillbilly way. Because I've got OBS on right now. But it's not clickable. That's the thing. And I know you guys are like me. Oh, that looks terrible. There you go. Is that hickish or what? What's my favorite show on TV? I hate to tell you this, guys. I don't watch TV hardly at all. If I have to pick like one thing that I enjoy watching to no end, there's all these flies moving around. If there's one thing on TV that I love, it's Star Trek. My daughter, my 10-year-old that's over here, she loves Star Trek. She's not paying attention. She's playing Minecraft right now. Storage units are very low risk, in my opinion. Shout out for New Jersey. I already shouted out New Jersey at the first 2 minutes of this live stream because I was talking to a multi-millionaire from New Jersey who was really interesting. Started laundry recently, but instead of washing clothes, you wash money. I've got a money laundry video coming up. Does Section 8 pay the same? Section 8 pays wonderful. Section 8 is a very good program to get into if you want to. There are risks to it. Tenants are not bad with Section 8. You can do research on them. You can do background checks. Indiana, I don't see Indiana as a different place at all from Ohio. You've got a little bit different eviction laws. Was it Jesse Ridgway? To be honest with you, I have no clue what his name is. Tips for a 13-year-old. Learn as much as you can about business. Watch some financial stuff on YouTube. YouTube's great for education. Look at Dave Ramsey. I love Dave Ramsey's course. I don't agree. I agree with like 90% of what Dave Ramsey says, and he's got a great package. If you can't afford it, you can go to the library and get Financial Peace University. Go through it for free. Whatever could share seller financing agreements, contracts that I made for $5K. I never want to sell you guys a course. The only thing I will consider monetizing or trying to charge for will be a seller finance agreement or agreements, because those will have to be state specific, and I will have to employ an attorney to look over those contracts, and I don't want to give somebody a seller financing agreement without an attorney going over that. Everything else, I don't want to charge people. I don't want to do a course. Every bit of advice and stuff like that I want to give for free. Lombard, Illinois. Hello, Jared Wakefield. Please make for Florida. I will buy. I don't... Okay, Cecilia, yeah. I want to get that. I contacted somebody that's big on seller financing. Seller financing is so easy to do. I promise you. Just start calling people in the phone book that have rentals and they look like they're doing a bad job and ask if they'll seller finance. That's like the secret. Huddersfield, West Yorkshire, mad investment opportunities here. Is West Yorkshire New York or is it UK? Have I gotten any funny, strange sponsorship deals for YouTube? Every single one that I have not asked for or I've tried to talk to, I don't have any sponsorships as it stands now, but I've got some really weird calls by people and they said, hey, promote our product. It has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. So, okay. I'm going to... Oh, someone's getting a timeout because you're talking politics. I'm going to do the Discord link again. Yep, I am headed to church after this. I cook food for everybody at my church every Wednesday night. Here's a link to my Discord if you guys want to join. We can chat further. Invest in senior retirement homes. They're great. Mobile games trying to sponsor me? No, I'm surprised that War Thunder has not. War Thunder and whatever one. And what's funny is I love those games. Yeah, I did see your comment, Ashish Parish. Yeah, I've got making purple peas and steak for dinner. That's cool. I don't know what I'm doing. I got to go to the store and figure it out. Raid Shadow Legends. I don't know what that is. Thank you, Tony's Toolbox. What church do I go to? I go to a 207-year-old Germanic church. I don't know what it is. It's a non-denominational now, but they've been around forever. Am I upgrading all the old machines of the laundromat? I'm trying to do that. It just it's very expensive. It's gonna be $100K. Yeah, if you want to message me on Instagram, feel free. My link's down there. So you can follow me at Investment Joy. Blood, Sweat, and Gills. I absolutely know that. And I am talking to you right now. Blood, Sweat, and Gills. You're talking about, is it Hilltop or Mountaintop or Mountain View? What is the first grave at the top of the hill? Go and read that monument. It's the most expensive monument in that cemetery. Read what it says and realize that guy has not died yet. He's my buddy. Jeff, the guy that has the giant tombstone, he's my buddy. He'll live another 20 years, but he wanted to buy the biggest tombstone there. And I told him, my buddy Sean that I talk about all the time on live streams and stuff, him and I are going in together, and we're going to buy professional mourners for his funeral whenever that time comes. He's not dead yet. He wants the biggest monument ever. Remember, I live in Ohio. Everything's cheap here. I kid you not. He spent like $100,000 on the headstone for his grave, and I mean, it's hilarious. It's funny. One of these, I need to go take a picture of it. It's got some funny stuff on it. New laundromat going to open. I'm going to get some videos on the other laundromats and talk about rehab. I don't know why it's not letting you join the Discord. So, am I going to invest in a cemetery? I would love to look at cemeteries because we have a problem here in Ohio of extravagant neglect with cemeteries because they're not profitable. And they end up abandoned and non-maintained, and then the government has to take them over, and it's awful. Yes, $100K for a headstone. I kid you not. It's $100K for a headstone. And I mean, when I say it's nice, it's nice. What am I doing for 100K subs? I don't know. I should do something fun. If you had 10K to invest in something, what you invest to? Just like an S&P type ETF. Something that would do that. I've talked to somebody. I would love to do a financial video on starting a funeral home. I've talked to a couple people that do funeral homes, and they do very well. What's my wife do for a job? She raises kids over, like the kid that's over there. She's a stay-at-home mom, which is a full-time job. How long have I been playing guitar for? I meant to answer that. Since September 11th, 2001. Because when September 11th, when my brother and I were watching it, we asked our mom and dad, can we buy guitar because the world's ending? We wanted to learn guitar. How am I doing today? I'm doing great. Laundromat making a day. It's like at 1 to 150 a day right now. Once they get new equipment in there, it's going to do real good. We netted like $1,600 last month at the laundromat. We absolutely should beat that this month. Guitar Hero stream went. I don't know. How old am I? I'm 34. Worst investment I made. I gave somebody $60K to flip consumer data leads, and they lost 100% of it. S&P 500 ETF that I've invested in. I need to invest in a chair transplant. It won't have any ROI. I love my family. They're the most important thing in my life. Is it? I think it's SP. I think Brendan W's right. I think it's SPY. Car wash advice in Sebus Grove City. They want 400K. Is that fair? It depends on the profitability. I'm looking at a car wash I can get for probably 50K. So what do I make a year? Here's my promise to everybody on YouTube. I am going to I have done this for a while, but I'm going to do it until I give up. I get done with the YouTube thing. I limit my personal income off my rentals in the laundromat to 50K a year, because I don't want you guys to be misled by some bald hillbilly from Ohio that you can live an extravagant life if you just follow what I do. Because I'm very, very big on the frugal. I'm big on frugality. I'm big on helping people. I'm big on investment. And to me, it's kind of dishonest if I pay myself all this money So I'd like to just roll the money over in investments and help people with it. So where does all the energy for what come from? I don't know. Arcade at the laundromat, yes. Why just 50K? Because the highest income I knew of a person growing up was making 45K a year. And I thought if I could ever get to the point in my life where my family earned 41K, 42K a year, that was like the richest expectation I had in my life between being born and 21. And that's just like, I mean, I can make myself live off 50K a year. I probably will go up to 75K a year at some point, but at least especially early on the YouTube stuff, I'm going to limit myself to 50K. And 50K is not too bad in Ohio. Like if you were living in California or New York or like New York City, it would probably be similar to a household income of maybe 100K. 50K, yes, net it's 50K. Before I start, paying stuff off, I drive a 2012 Kia Forte with, as of today, it has 97,650-ish miles on it. I bought it as a salvage title, so it was wrecked in a parking lot. Before I bought it, I paid $4,300. Yeah, I'm trying not to reveal too much information, but what do I do for fun? I don't know. I play with my kids. I play Minecraft, and we play Super Nintendo together. Arcade. I want to do arcade machines at the laundromat. Shout you out, Brandon Boss Bro 29. What car would I love to own? I love that new Lincoln, the 2020 Lincoln with the suicide doors kind of phone. I have a Note 9. My dad always grew up talking about how suicide doors were the greatest thing in life. So, Cyberpunk 2077, that game looks so fun. Should you relocate? I don't know. Please don't spam the channel. Benjamin Kincaid, however you want to say it, he's being put in a timeout because he asked 6 times. I answered the question on the first one, from what I can tell, and there's a 30-second to 1 minute delay on the live stream. So I already answered his question, he just spammed it. I love the Tesla Model 3, but I will not get a Tesla till I can run it off solar power. And I cannot put solar on my current house because we have trees everywhere, and I don't want to cut down 50-year-old oak trees to put up solar panels. So eventually I'll move. Why don't I plant them? I'm going to plant trees anyway at some of my rentals. I've got this plan. I'm going to stick to my plan that I had 4 years ago. So, you wish you were able to invest in coin laundries with me. The thing is, I'm doing the coin laundries for zero. Live off grid. I don't want to live off grid. I like the idea of self-sufficiency with electricity and food and things like that. Can I set the rent as high as I want? I can, but I have to compete, and I'm really good at beating my competitors in the marketplace. All my competitors are friends, but I still want to beat them. It's like playing an MMO on a team. I want to be the best on the team, and I can achieve being the best by having the best quality rentals at the lowest price. So, you have Chris Winters Photography has 400K subs. Give me some advice on YouTube. Sure, let me know. I discovered B-roll after I meet Kevin, and I'm going to do some B-roll stuff. Any advice? Section 8. Section 8 is a wonderful program. You can do very well on it. Just vet your tenants well. You can do background checks and things of that nature. So, thank you, Foreign Creature, for loving my content. Can you move to the USA and do the same job as me? You pay me less than you do. Focus on expanding the business. I just can't say yes to that because I don't know anything about you. In my mind's eye, would I love to offer that to people? Abso-freaking-lutely. I'd love to have this wonderful company where I employ all these people. They do exactly what I do all across the United States, but I just can't commit to that because I don't want to give somebody hope for doing that. I think everybody has the ability to do that themselves, if you do. I have 140 rentals at this current time. What property are you making first-time real estate investor? House hack in a high cost of living area. Then single-family, duplex, triplex, quad. Any of those are easy. 5-minute conversation with me in Discord. I'll be on Discord later tonight. I won't be on it I'm going to go cook food here in a little bit. First investment, CDs. My grandma got my brother and I to put some money in. We were breaking down aluminum cans and taking them to the scrap yard, and she convinced my brother and I to save up $500, and we put it in a CD, gaining a whopping 4% interest. And it just didn't do anything. What's a B-roll? I'll show you guys at some point in the future. It's like where I have this conversation and I'm doing all this boring talking, and then these little sub videos will be interspliced of things that I do. What advice would I give for investing in yourself? Spend your time. This is important, guys. Spend your time learning rather than entertaining yourself. I'm not telling you guys you can't watch Netflix, you can't watch fun stuff on YouTube. I watch fun stuff on YouTube. I love listening to music, but you need to be watching and participating in content that grows your mind and just doesn't entertain yourself. Cost my first rental $22K. My life's like Monopoly. Watch my video because I bring up Monopoly in the last one, my $35K rental. Amenities, are you thinking about when I do Airbnb? I am renovating an Airbnb right now, and we'll do a full series on Airbnb. I have no clue on the net. Oh, I've got a video coming up. I've got a video coming up tomorrow at 6 o'clock. It's how I made $14,000 in 2 days. And I want you guys, every single one of you, I don't even know how many people are on the live stream right now. I want every single one of you to watch that video tomorrow when it premieres or it drops at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is my time. It's how I made $14,000 in 2 days. I spent no money on it. And it's something, I did that just based on knowledge. Not based on anything else, just off knowledge. But then I want you guys to also understand. Please understand this. I've been doing this for 13 years. I spent, let's say, 2 6-hour days, 12 hours, made $14,000-ish. And so I made over $1,000 an hour. So why don't I do that more? I kind of will explain it. I'm getting, so 309, that's cool. Parking lot line painting, why not? Let's see, I dropped my chat. I want to see how many people were on here. So watch that video if you can, guys. Tomorrow at 6. Wayne Painter, shout out to you. You love me, boss bro. It's the laundromat. Recommend getting a real estate with no money, no credit. Should you do it? Yes, you should do it, but you should learn how to manage your finances, because investing in businesses and stuff, it just expands your bottom line and how you deal with finances. And the thing is, like with your finances, if you can't manage your finances right now, you probably won't be able to with rentals. So you need to understand that. Just ban Ben, please. I gave him a 5-minute ban. Do I trade stocks? I buy ETFs once in a while. Cleaning parking lots. I talked about that to somebody in real life today. When you stop learning, you're dead. Henry Ford. That's a wonderful quote. Would be cool if I made more videos on vending machines without voices, adding just a live hour-long video. I'd like to do that, Greg Allen. That's a good idea. I'm kind of working on something like that. It's just I've got all these ideas, but I'm also managing 140 rentals at this time. So I love the YouTube stuff is by far making more money. I said the 14K thing. My YouTube money's almost as good. It's just, but I hate making money on YouTube because I feel it's almost like non-deserved. Captain D's in Seaville. That's the only Captain D's left. No, they're building a Captain D's on Western Avenue in your town. You want to get off but watch the video? Yeah, I'll watch it tomorrow. Let you get a wrench? Nope. So I love Captain D's. I loved it though before the manager got in trouble with the franchise for giving people too much food. The owner, his name's John, he got in trouble with Captain D's corporate because he was giving everybody extra food. And corporate came down and said he can't do that anymore because it was making the other Captain D's customers angry. You're 14, you invest in real estate, but you're 18. You live on Long Island, which is really expensive. Do you have any tips? Just immerse yourself in the market. It's all about your knowledge. You can learn a way to make money off real estate in your area, but it's very difficult for me as a hillbilly, redneck, 34-year-old living in Central Ohio to tell a 14-year-old, 18-year-old, or whatever in Long Island, New York, what's going to work. You have to figure out what works in your market, and it's just dishonest for me to tell you, oh, just do this one simple trick. Flip your first house. Should you refi, buy a second rental, cash out your profit to buy another rental? I can't decide that, but I do love rentals. Can you believe it already snowed here? It snowed crazy. You have your videos, seem whole, not trying to sell me a course. I have no intention to sell courses. I might sell contracts and things like that, or do a subscription for pre-approved legal forms, things like that, just because there's legal liability on my end. Podcast list. I don't listen to too many podcasts. Any company invest stocks through. Fidelity's good. I think Robinhood might have some cool stuff. I need to check that out. I also like Ameritrade. What's investment joy in a nutshell? I just want people to learn how to make money and start a business. That's all. What am I going to be cooking? I have no clue yet. Leads as a realtor when I do where one. I am huge on social media. I love social media. I have one of the largest social media profiles in the state of Ohio for my rental business. Am I joking about the redneck stuff? No, I'm not. I ate roadkill Monday and Sunday. So I am not opposed to eating roadkill. So big personal finance. You need to be personal finance. But magnet fishing. I love magnet fishing. Nothing against courses. They refer to their courses nonstop on YouTube while trying to learn something. Yeah, it's a way for somebody to monetize their YouTube channel without relying on ads. I don't want to do it because then it becomes about selling you guys something and not giving you information. And the thing is, for me, my perspective, YouTube's monetization is pretty good. I'm making good money off YouTube. Am I a Trump supporter? I can't answer that because here's the thing about politics. There's two things about politics. One, if I say I like Trump, I alienate half of the channel just like that. You guys are going to devalue what I say. If I say I hate Trump, the other half will devalue what I say. And the thing is that I find out about politics, I've mentioned this on my videos before, I own a newspaper and we deal with local politics and local politicians. Your local politicians, the mayor of your town, your city council, your county council, things like that, they have more influence on your life than the president of the United States does. Not that the president and Senate and Congress and stuff, those things are important, but the things that go on in your local area will have more impact in your life. I promise you, because I've seen that running a newspaper, and no one cares. No one cares on a local level. We had a multi-billion-dollar factory being built in my county, and it was being protested. And they almost pulled the multi-billion-dollar factory because of local protests, and nobody under 40 knew it was happening. It's awful. Say your name or unsubscribe and dislike your videos. Andrew Dawkins, I encourage you to unlike you. There's a button that I have here that I can hit, and I can ban you from my channel, and you will never see one of my videos again. So it's really stupid to hold somebody on YouTube essentially blackmailing them on dislikes and unsubs. I mean, if say your name or you subscribe, I'll say your name because you're going to subscribe. But the thing is, like, I don't like the idea of trying to blackmail somebody on a live stream. I'm just here to talk about life and share some advice with you guys. I really enjoy. I'm thankful for every single one of you that watch my content. Even if you don't subscribe, I guess only 9% of the people that watch my videos subscribe. So why can't you decide on refinance versus cash out? Because that's going to depend on your local area. I would cash out. I am very much a dog person. He could see the video, just can't type. No, there is an account level ban that I can do, and you can't see my videos anymore. Yeah, scary. YouTube people cutting off posting vids of as of December 9th, 12th. Yes, I'm kind of familiar with that. Oh, the multi-millionaire from New Jersey just sent me a message on Instagram. Oh, he just sent me pictures of that laundromat. They look like Continentals. Yeah, I remember when my channel had 2K subscribers to it because it was like 2 months ago. 13-year-olds can invest in real estate if you're 13 years old. My buddy Sean just met a 7-year-old who bought a seller finance house. Isn't that insane? 7 years old and he bought a house. Yes, mechanical keyboard. Buying a laundromat is liability if someone gets hurt, assaulted. Can you address that? You get insurance. You just get lots of insurance for that. No need to open a different browser, different account logged in. Those bans can steal your video. They can if they just log out and stuff. It's been like a year since I've subscribed. It could be. It's just like do YouTube coveting involved videos. YouTube was in a class action lawsuit. They lost the class action lawsuit because they were sending ads to kids, and you are not allowed to track kids online. It's a law, and they have to pay $170 million out or so because they track data on kids. So every content creator has to say, "I'm not tracking your kid." So, all right, I'm going to head out of here in about 2 minutes. Do I LLC the laundromats? Yes, they're all separated. Ever been caught touching my machines intimately? I went down to Dollar General and I bought toothbrushes, and I sat there scrubbing out the inner gaskets. I scrub out the inner gaskets on my washers because they're so filthy. Do I watch them in rental property calculator on Bigger Pockets? The calculator's fine. You cannot sign a contract below 18. That is right. You cannot sign a contract. There are ways around that if you really want to. I could have owned a real estate before I was 18. You get your parents to sign up management agreement. Good night, sir. It is not nighttime yet. It might be dark out yet. Am I a real estate investor? Yes, I am. Own 140 rentals. Small scale investor. LLC is better than S corp. I don't know that I'll ever have a C corp. C corp. ETF bring in like 10%-ish. How much do I make from being a landlord? Like I said, I limit myself to $50K a year. I might bump that up to $75K. I don't know. Since the interview with Graham, that was like $2,500-ish. How thick is my wallet? That will be my last comment that I'll do. How much money does Brandon have on him? Here's some ones. You see I'm getting money on my wallet. And I've got a bunch of ones, and I've got a 20 in here. I think I have... Oh, no, I have $40 on me. Cool, huh? All right. I have so much potential. Alex, you have so much potential. So, thank you guys for watching. I'm glad I don't know if I have a final thought. If you guys watch Jerry Springer, he has a final thought. But just do your best to learn. Don't participate in the entertainment culture, the mindless entertainment culture. Yes, I'm trying to entertain you guys with quarters, but it's not about that. It's about the value you can bring to your own life, the value you can bring to your community, your family. You can be a better you. If I can do it being evicted twice, growing up pretty poor, sleeping on a diesel furnace exhaust, you guys can do it too, but it takes a lot of hard work. This is year 13 for me, so it did not happen overnight. So thank you all for watching. I'm going to turn this off. I really appreciate every single one of you who watched this, so you'll subscribe because I said your name. Good. All right, thank you guys. I appreciate joining the live stream. If you have any questions, do Instagram, or you can go to Discord. We'll do the Instagram link, and I'm going to get off here. I'm going to go cook some food for my church. How do I manage 120 rentals at a time? I broke my own rule. I try to be really efficient. I have really good software. Thanks, guys.